little dish here, I have just a little bit of water. I need to give Bullseye his Sherwood joint support tablet. So this has ingredients that are going to help his arthritis. With new things, guinea pigs often are very leery about trying them. So I found this with the other tablets like the vitamin C, the digestive, the urinary. What I personally do to get them used to the flavor at first is take the tablet, put it into some water, and let it sit for a good half an hour or more until you can mush it completely into the liquid. And then I syringe it to them. That way they're kind of forced to get used to the flavor and forced to take it, because otherwise I find they will not take it right from my hand. So we'll come back in about half an hour and I'll show you giving that to Bullseye. And hopefully it's only going to take us a handful of times before he will just take it from my hand rather than me having to dissolve it. Even if I have to dissolve it every time, not a big deal. So we shall be back. So we're back with Bullseye. We've got our, it looks like carrot juice. One of the ingredients of those joint support tabs, hey, is carrot. So you'll see he loves it syringe fed to him, but for some reason he's still not taking the tablet from me, so we'll keep trying. But as I said, it doesn't really matter if I have to do this. It takes no time. I pop it in the water when I'm starting to do like the tidy up for the night, so that by the time I'm done with tidy up, it's already dissolved. And since I don't have to force him to take the syringe fulls, that's easy too. There's a bit here. Good boy. So yeah, that's, oh, maybe there's a dash more. So that is that. Super simple, and hopefully that'll help him be off some of his pain meds once that kicks into his system. Okay, so next we have Apple out for her bum tidy that we do every night now. Just have a warm cotton pad here. I decided on cage cleaning nights, I'll put the tiniest bit of coconut oil on the cloth to make sure she's really clean. And then every other night of the week, I just use a warm cotton pad and wipe her little bum, and then we're good to go. Okay, so our next patient of the night is Littlefoot. Every once in a while, I do not know why, he gets little dry patches that peel and then disappear. So he has one here that's already starting to heal. He has one up there, looks a little red, that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. And then there's one right about there. It's hard to see. So what I do for him is put coconut oil on. I have some Maggie's natural ointment that I'm going to dab on the one that's up here on his shoulder. It's supposed to help things heal. And it's supposed to taste bitter so that other animals wouldn't lick it, or they wouldn't lick it themselves. He can't reach that one up there, but definitely the other pigs could. So we're going to put that on. So I've had Littlefoot, he's going to be 5. I've had him since he was 6 months old. And it's happened about once or twice a year. Or for whatever reason, he just gets a random dry spot. And it just goes away in about like a week's time from start to finish, and that's that. But it's something you want to keep on top of, and that one that just looks a little red, the skin, I'm just going to keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't get infected. It's not oozing or scabbing or anything, it just looks a little raw. But that's all part of the maintenance when you have skinny pigs, is you have to check their skin. All of their skin is different. Some pigs get really oily and greasy, some pigs get dry, some pigs are normal, some pigs scratch themselves accidentally. There's always something to watch out for. Alright, see you guys. So I have little buddy Angus here. He had a piece of hay stuck in his eye, and now he has an eye injury. So you can notice some clouding in the back corner. I'll show you his good eye. So that's the one where we have an eye injury. It looks like a bluish hue. There's Angus's good eye. It's really dark black. So what I noticed for Angus was his eye was watering last night, and he had some goop in it. and it was cloudy. So I rinsed it out and I could not see anything in his eye, so I started him on some eye ointment that we have that is prescribed for us from our vet. It is Tobrex. So it's an eye ointment that has antibiotic in it. So I used that, and then it was this afternoon, so this is the next day, that finally some hay showed its face to us. It was laying across his eye, tucked down in the lower lash, so I think the eye ointment kind of worked its way up. So I had to use a wet Q-tip to gently get just a little bit of it up so that I could take it out. So now his eye is not watering anymore, and he's able to keep it open. So we have to do this eye ointment twice a day for 2 weeks, and if I don't notice it getting better, then I will be taking him into the vet. But we already had dealt with many eye injuries. Okay, not many. I've had like 2 or 3, and I already know what you're supposed to do with them. So we're putting, okay, you gotta hold your head still. So put the eye ointment, a glob. I put it on my finger, like my finger's washed, and then push it into his eye, because if you try to use this tube to get it in their eye, these are metal tubes, metal or aluminum, whatever you call it, they are so hard to control. And plus, if you're trying to squish it into their eye and they moved, you could poke them in the eye. So I just put a dab on my finger, put it in his eye, and then he's good to go. So Angus has had a bunch of incidents. I think he is my problem child. He almost jumped out of the cage. He had hay stuck in his ear canal. He had a piece of chew toy stuck in his mouth. And now he has poked his eye with hay. And the hay poke happened from a hay pile of orchard grass. So there's nothing for him to be sticking his head in to get a hay poke. Him and Bullseye always have a hay pile. So, are you done being an accident, baby? So anyway, I'm really pleased that after that hay was taken out, that his eye totally cleared up for any goop or any extra watering, and he can now hold it perfectly open. So the next couple days I will just watch to make sure the clouding goes down, and we will continue to do it for 2 weeks of at least twice a day, and he should be good to go. Bye guys! Okay, so our last patient of the day is Seymour. If you do or don't know, that is cancer on his nose. Unfortunately, long story short, we can't do anything about it. Seymour also has heart arrhythmia, and if we were to remove it, it's in a very dangerous spot where you probably can't even get all of it. Well, you can't get all of it. And if you don't get all of cancer, it just comes back. And my vet read a bunch of studies that all said that if it was even removed, the melanoma was removed, it just appeared somewhere else. If he had it removed, he would need to go through radiation as well. And first he'd have to have all these tests done for his heart to see if he could even get surgery. It was a huge thing. So here we are, we're unable to do anything about it. So it seems to be starting to just affect him now. His appetite is not quite what it used to be, which really sucks. And it's affecting how, sorry, just get a little sad here for a second. Starting to affect how he can clean his face. So I noticed that he's rubbing it a bit raw on his upper and lower lip. Kind of wore the fur away a bit, and it's a bit dry. So I'm just going to put some coconut oil on there to ensure that it doesn't get rubbed raw. So perhaps he's trying to clean excessively and keeps knocking into that and thinks he should be able to clean it off. That's my guess. So I'm just trying to make sure that he's a bit more comfortable. Now he's a bit harder to handle than the pigs, because as soon as you let go of him, he wants to jump off your lap, where the piggies do not. So I only get one hand to work with because I have to have one on him at all times, or else he feels like he can just go away, like jump off. So, good boy. No, no, no. Seymour. Good boy. Okay, Bun. I have to put it on. It's alright, Bun Bun. It's just coconut oil. Hey. Okay, you're fine. And I gotta check his neck because he's starting to stay a bit wet. I think from maybe leaning his neck more in the dish. Okay, can we look? Okay. Okay. You sit here, sit tight for a second. You're fine. I know this stinks. I know. He doesn't like to be held. But I'm just gonna like let him relax his heart rate a little bit. Because I just want to stay on top of it so that it doesn't get to the point where it's an open sore. Because right now it already looks better than last night. It just started to look like flaky skin where the fur was gone. Okay, dude. I'm gonna let you down very gently so you don't flip on the floor. There you go. Yep, Mommy's a terrible person, isn't she? Oh, I just wish that thing on his nose would just fall off. I hate it. And it just sucks to like stare at it and know you can't do anything for him. I would take it away if I could, Bun. Hey, Bun Bun? You my good boy? Hey, Bun Bun? Yeah. Why don't you come and eat your dill? Come on, Bun Bun. Bun. Come here. Have some dill. Yeah. I'm just gonna sit there and clean. Life of pets, guys.